Ria reads a book with her friends every day. Ria reads a book with her friends every day. If you like, you join and we'll have fun together. If you like, you join and we'll have fun together. Ria's Reading Room!
Hi friends, welcome to Ria's Reading Room. Today I'm wearing red and blue. These two colors are related to today's book. Can you guess what book it is? Yes, it's the SpiderMan book. In this story of SpiderMan, a nice man named Dr. Connors turns himself into an evil, wicked, gigantic lizard. Let's see what Spider-Man does to turn Dr. Connors back to normal. Come on, let's read the book. Spider-Man, the Great Race. Peter Parker knew Dr. Curtis Connors was in trouble. With a picture of the lizard splashed across the cover of the Daily Bugle, Peter Parker could only imagine what sort of trouble Connors was in. Peter also knew that his boss, J. Jonah Jameson, would be mad that he didn't have exclusive snapshots of the lizard. Jameson relied on Peter for these types of photos. Oh my gosh, I see the lizard is bigger than Bigfoot on the newspaper. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine if the lizard were right in front of me. When Peter walked into the Daily Bugle, J. Jonah Jameson called him into his office. Parker, the lizard is on the loose and I need pictures, JJJ demanded. I don't care if you have to camp out in a swamp. I want a shot for the front page. And I also want a picture of Spider-Man fighting the lizard, JJJ said with a grin. He thought he was asking the impossible, but he expected perfection. I'm your man. I'll get you shots, Peter told his boss. Meanwhile, Dr. Connor's wife was very upset. She had seen her husband mixing up a strange formula earlier that week. She knew that he was trying to create a serum that would help him grow his missing arm back, but she also knew that it came with a serious side effect. It turned Dr. Connors into an evil villain called the Lizard. Oh, look at Dr. Connors. He's creating a random something, and that something has smoke coming out of it. I think that is for healing his arm back to how it was. Spider-Man found Mrs. Connors sitting on her porch. She was staring at a picture of her husband. I wish he didn't care about growing that arm back. She looked at Spidey with concern. I'll find him, Spidey told Mrs. Connors. Don't worry. You need to bring him to the lab and feed him the antidote. Got it. He won't be a lawless lizard for much longer. Soon, he will be back to being good old Dr. Connors. Oh, I see Spider-Man hanging upside down looking at Mrs. Connors. And Mrs. Connors is looking at a photo of Dr. Connors. And she's very upset. Spidey searched all through New York City and finally spotted the lizard. Spider-Man chased him into an ice cream shop, hoping to lock the cold-blooded beast in the freezer, which would diminish the lizard's strength. But the lizard escaped, crashing through the window. I am not a fan of frozen treats, the lizard called out to Spidey. If you try to run away from me, you're going to be on Rocky Road, Spidey taunted. The lizard stomped through the streets, creating a wave of destruction, crushing car windows and damaging storefronts. I see Spidey searching all over New York and creating webs. And there he is, the lizard. He's coming out of an ice cream shop by breaking a window. And I see a picture of an ice cream on one of the windows which are not broken. Spidey trailed behind the lizard as they made their way up the building where Dr. Connors had his lab. Once you go in, you're not coming out, Spidey said as he scaled the side of the building. The lizard tried to knock Spidey down with his powerful tail, but it didn't work. The lizard's roar echoed through the streets of the city. People crowded around to see the excitement atop the building. Spidey was going to save the day. Guys, did you see the lizard is climbing up a tall building? And did you see Spidey following him to try to get the lizard? SpiderMan made his way into the lab, grabbing the antidote. The lizard crashed through the door, followed by a group of angry reptiles. Spidey knew the lizard must have given them something to make them so vicious. Suddenly, a snake slithered through the door, making its way towards Spidey. Oh my gosh, did you see the lizard is bringing in a lot of reptiles? Did you see the snakes, the lizards? That makes me very nervous. But good thing, Spidey has the antidote which will heal Dr. Connors. Yikes! SpiderMan called out as a small lizard bit his foot and the snake coiled itself around his leg. Spider quickly fired webs at the lizard as more reptiles attacked. The lizard fought off the webs, pushing SpiderMan back and swinging his tail at Spidey. The team of reptiles attacked again, and SpiderMan didn't know if he was going to be able to fight both the lizard and the many cold-blooded friends that surrounded him. Look at poor Spidey. He's surrounded by a lot of reptiles and snakes, and he's trying to fight the lizard and the reptiles and the snakes around him. I already see one snake hanging onto his leg. I wonder how he'll fight all of them. Spider-Man was in full battle when the lizard threw a desk at him. Spidey fell down in pain. His body ached and he didn't know if he would be able to get up. Ouch! Spidey called out. Dr. Connors, do you realize what you're doing? You have to stop the lizard. But it was pointless. Dr. Connors had no control once the lizard was unleashed. You couldn't reason with him. You just needed to give him the antidote. Spidey eyed the antidote as the lizard seized the opportunity to attack Spider-Man. He ordered the reptiles to hold Spidey down as the lizard threw a bunch of powerful blows. Spider-Man tried hard to fight back, but he was careful that they didn't bump into the antidote. He didn't want to spill it. Finally, Spidey broke free, grabbed the antidote, and poured it onto the lizard's rough tongue. Whoa, thank goodness that Spidey got a chance to pour the antidote into the lizard's mouth before the lizard attacked him. But it was a very scary moment for Spidey because look at all the snakes around him. And there's snakes in his arm and everywhere, and that's very scary. Within seconds, the lizard began to disappear and Dr. Connors reappeared. Spider-Man was very happy to see his friendly and familiar face. The beasts had been tamed, and Mrs. Connors would be happy to see her husband back home. Wow, what happened? Dr. Connors asked. It's a long story, Spidey sighed. Soon, Mrs. Connors had her husband back, and J. Jonah Jameson had his front page spread. Everyone was happy. Wow, look at Mrs. Connors' happy face. She is very happy to have her husband, Dr. Connors, back. And it's a very happy moment for JJJ too because he got the photo of the lizard. Peter came home to one of Aunt May's amazing home-cooked meals. How was your day, Peter? Aunt May asked. Peter didn't even know where to begin. Aunt May didn't know Peter was Spider-Man, and he certainly couldn't tell her about his fight with the lizard. Don't forget to save room for dessert, Peter, Aunt May said as Peter finished his soup. I picked up a pint of ice cream, your favorite, Rocky Road. Look at Peter with such a happy face, and he's in Aunt May's house drinking soup. And Aunt May has made for him ice cream. Yummy. This is a happy ending, friends. Whoa, thank goodness that Spider-Man turned the lizard back into his normal self as Dr. Connors. That's why Spider-Man's called a superhero and everybody likes him, friends. So friends, I hope you found this book very interesting to you guys. And if you like my channel, please remember to subscribe, like and subscribe. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.